Hi there. Welcome to 90% Knitting. This is episode 277, and I'm Lisa, your host, also known as Fiber Nymph. I usually insert a screen at this point showing you all the places you can find me on social media. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that or not because I'm recording on my phone today instead of with my webcam, and in my limited experience of using my phone for videos, things just seem to work differently, and I don't know how easy it's even going to be to get this video into my processing software. Over the past week, I have tried recording this episode at least 4 times, culminating in me moving to my phone from my webcam, which I won't even go into all that because I just want to throw everything out the window and maybe just start drawing like little cartoon flip books and making copies of them and sending those to you in the mail, because it might be easier to update you on my knitting life that way than trying to continue to do these videos. But no, I'm going to give this one last shot today. I used my phone yesterday to do a video, and it actually recorded really well and looked really nice and everything. And then when I was done, I had to get the video from my phone to my computer, obviously. Well, a half-hour video actually takes about 4 hours to transfer from one device to the next over Wi-Fi. I didn't have a cord for my phone that would directly plug into my computer because it's a Google phone and it's got the weird little end on both sides. See, I could really get into this rant. Anyway, I'm trying this again today. If this doesn't work, it's not going to happen. 277, it must just be like a cursed episode or something. But I have some specific things that I really wanted to tell you about before it's a moot point. And so I'm giving this one more chance. I'm probably going to have to splice together several small videos though, because I think it'll be easier for me to transfer the files if they're in small chunks rather than just one big long chunk. So we're going to go with that. So if you see a bunch of little breaks, that's why. Okay, yeah, that's where things have been. So I'm going to just get into things here, and we'll start with some knitting. I should say I do not have show notes for this episode. I have a show tomorrow, and then I have a show next Saturday. Pretty much that's my entire existence right now, is working, taking a few minutes to eat, a couple of hours to sleep, and then working. So this is a very informal episode, is basically what I'm saying. Where's my, oh, here it is. I had a finished object that I wanted to show you. I was sitting on it. All that to say is, if you do have any questions, please feel free to, post them in the Ravelry group, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. This is going to be a short episode. I didn't even turn the heat on out here because I was anticipating it being a short episode, so it's a little chilly. So that'll motivate me to move along. Anyway, okay, so I have two finished objects. Two. One you've seen, one you haven't. So I'll show you the one you've seen before. I finished the socks for my daughter's roommate, her belated Christmas gift. So these are the inversibles that I knit for her. This is my bedazzled base in the peacock and magenta color combination. I love how they turned out. I did afterthought heels, and I used the opposite skein yarn for the heels, so they look just a little bit different. But yeah, I really love how they turned out, and she knows that they are coming, and so I'm going to get those in the mail to her hopefully this week. But I wanted to be able to show them to you first, so that was one of the reasons I really wanted to get a video done today. So that's my one finished object. Sorry, Muffin's in the corner shaking and her tags are jingling. My other finished object is one that you never even saw on the needles, and it's a hat. This is a Xenolith hat, which might look familiar to you because it's a Sarah Jordan pattern, and last fall Sarah designed this hat using my Traveler base, and then I put together kits, and I had these available at shows and in my shop last fall. It was an exclusive pattern for a few months. You can purchase just the pattern now on Ravelry if you're interested in just the pattern and using your own yarn. There are no kits in my shop for this right this moment, but there will be in coming weeks. Not right now. Again, I'm doing show prep. So that's my focus at the moment. But anyway, I used the Brights color combination, which was one of the original color combinations that we put together. And I chose the undyed yarn, which I'm calling Plain Vanilla, as my main color. And I really love how it turned out. This is a super easy color work pattern. If you've never really done a lot of color work, this is a really good one to do. The floats are not very long in any one spot, and it's only just 2 colors per round at any place. So easy to do, becomes very intuitive as you do it, and I'm thrilled with how it turned out. And I'm keeping it all, it's actually blocked. I finished it, wove in all the ends, soaked it, and blocked it all in the same day. That's almost unheard of for me. But I did it, and now it's ready for my show tomorrow, so yay. Okay, other than those 2 items, I really have not done a lot of knitting. Well, I guess I have, but it's been in very short spurts. I've got something going on with either the center of my back or my neck or something that is making my hands start to tingle if I knit for very long. It's mostly on bigger or heavier projects like my arboreal. I have worked on that. I'm about 3 or 4 inches into the body now, but I can only do a couple rounds of that at a time before my hands just start to tingle. I don't know what's going on because I've really never had that issue before, but I'm just trying to take it easy so that I don't exacerbate whatever's going on. I'm hoping it's just sort of a stress-related thing because stress wants to be my friend right now. But anyway, I didn't bring that in to show you. I will show you, however, my Winnie shawl, which I've made a lot of progress on. I don't actually remember where it was when I showed it to you last time, but let's see, where's the fun bits? Here they are. So I've gotten all 5 stripes finished that have those fun short row little bubbles or waves or whatever you want to call them. Those are all done, and then I have this main color section, which I actually did 2 extra garter ridges than I needed to, but I wasn't ripping it out by the time I figured that out. And so now I'm on this part that's in the contrasting color, which will be at least twice that wide. And then I get to do another bubble stripe, and then a little bit more contrasting, and then it'll be done. However, there's over 350 stitches on the needles right now. And it's taking me a little while to get through a row, especially because this too, it's not super heavy, but because there's so much on the needle, and it's a 40-inch cable, it tends to get a little bit awkward as I'm holding it, and that seems to exacerbate this tingly issue that I've got going on. So again, I'm working on it regularly, but I'm just taking it easy and not doing it in really long stretches. Oh, the yarn. Let me tell you what yarn this is. The blue is Destination Yarns. I believe it's her letter base, and it's in Harvest Moon colorway. And then the lighter color, my contrast, is some Moonstone Dye Works. I believe she just calls it her Sparkle Base, because there is a little bit of stellina in there. It's very fine stellina. Like, I have trouble seeing it sometimes, but it's definitely there. And the color is Katamari. So, it's very pretty. I love those pops of color you get there, and the way they contrast with the blue. So, I'm very happy with that. It's been fun to work on. I have worked on a few other things. I've actually knit a lot on socks that I've got on the go. It's funny because having finished the socks for Alyssa, if you remember, I was knitting those concurrently, and I now have 2 free sets of sock needles. I'm so tempted to cast on more, but I'm not. I'm going to try to be good and just work on socks that I actually already have on the go. So we'll see how long I hold out. But socks I can do without the tingly thing happening, so that's what I've mostly been working on, but none of them are really that much farther along that they'll be exciting for you to see right now. So maybe next time I record. By the way, if I keep looking this way where I'm not actually looking at you, it's because the camera on my phone is down in the corner, but I keep looking at the screen. So I'm really trying to just look at the little dot that I know is the camera. I'm sorry. This is very awkward because it's so different than what I usually do when I record. I'm trying my best though. The big thing is I want to get a video out. And if the perspective changes, that's because as I turn my camera on and off, I keep bumping it so it's not exactly lined up the way it was. But that's what I need to do in order to keep the segment short so it doesn't take 4 hours to upload this or download it to my whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's move on to the cows, the alongs that we've got going on. I do have the winners of February's winners for the hand-spun along because I did not have those prepared last time I recorded. So I will announce those, but let me show you what the prizes are first. There were 2 winners, so I have 3 prizes, so y'all have a choice. The first is a skein of hand-spun yarn that I spun out of some Unwind Yarn Company. It was one of her bats. It includes Merino BFL, Swirl BFL, Polworth, Tussa Silk, and Firestar. I got about 92 yards. I would say it's probably a worsted weight. Some of it's really fluffy, but I think it'll all kind of knit up about worsted. It's really soft too, and I love these colors. So this is one prize. Another prize is sort of funny. Do you remember that I spun that Knit Spin Farm bat that I ended up plying with the Shibui Silk Cloud yarn, the mohair silk? Well, it turns out I actually had 2 of those bats and I totally forgot. And when I got the first one out that I spun, this one was stuffed way farther back in the cubby, and so I never saw it. So I have an extra one that I'm probably not going to spin at this point since I already finished that project. So I'm going to share it. So this is the other prize, the other fibery prize. It's so pretty. It's called Warmth of Autumn, and this includes blue-faced Leicester, Merino, Sari Silk, Shetland, and Silk. And it's about a 3.25 ounce bat. Super pretty. It was a really nice spin. So I'm putting this up for grabs as one of the prizes as well. And the third prize option, if you don't want either the yarn or the fiber, is a giftable pattern through Ravelry of your choice up to $6. Okay, sorry, I dropped my piece of paper. So I drew 2 winners just from the February posts in the Hand-spun along thread. The first one is from all of the posts, so all of the February posts. That was post number 23. And that is Tie-Dyed Hippie, who is Pamela. She has been a spinning machine lately. So congratulations, Pamela. Please PM me with your mailing address and your top 2 prize choices. And then the other one is just for photos. So I did a random number generator from the number of photos that were in the February posts. And a random number generator chose the 15th photo, which after I counted it out was Spitfire SNC, who is Abby, and she had a photo of a blanket that she's knitting out of hand-spun. So congratulations. So Abby and Pamela, please PM me. Let me know what your top 2 prize choices are in the order that you'd like them, and whichever one is available, that is the one you'll get. And please send me your mailing address too, since at least one of them is going to be something that would need to be mailed to you. So, okay. That is the hand-spun along. That goes through the end of March, so you've still got some time. When I do the prize winners for the end of March, it will just be from the March posts. And I will say conversation is kind of slowed down in that thread, so those who have posted in March have really good chances of getting a prize. So you might want to start posting in there if you're doing anything hand-spinny. Yeah, so I think that's all I need to tell you for the hand-spun along. The other along that we have happening is our Shall We along, and that is running March and April. So in the first podcast in April, I will draw March winners. Again, it'll be one general one and one with photos. That's the way I'm doing the prizes this year. I don't really have much else to say about that along other than the fact that it's still going on, and please continue to post about that because I've really enjoyed seeing everything that you guys are making. I have made the executive decision that I'm not going to start another along at the beginning of April, like an April-May along. I just have too much happening right now, and I'm struggling to stay afloat of everything as it is, so I feel like it might be best to not add one more thing to do. So hopefully come May, I'll be prepared to start another one. So for the month of April, we will still have the Shall We Along. The thread that is about the general chatter thread, the continue the conversation thread, that's still lively in the group, so please feel free to post there. And the Who Wants to Knit Color Work thread, which I'm pretty much is an all year long, it's not really an along, but it's all year long, just knitting color work, because that seems to be a thing a lot of people are into, including myself. That's a very active thread as well. So there's plenty of opportunities to stay in touch and to chatter about these items, and hopefully you'll find something that you'd like to contribute to in that way. I think that's everything I have for you 90% wise this week. 10% really, everything is just work, 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 work. As I said, lots of dyeing, lots of show prep, and then working at my house still. My husband's there today. Today's Saturday. I don't know if I said that or not. It's Saturday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's St. Patrick's Day today. Yeah, we're working in the kitchen. We started getting the cabinets up. Oh my gosh, installing kitchen cabinets is tedious. I would never want to do this for a living. I'm having these nightmares of like the new owners putting their dishes in the cabinets and them falling just off the walls. I know that won't happen because my husband's very good at this kind of stuff, but still, it's been crazy trying to you have to get everything lined up. Oh my God. Anyway, so that's pretty much all that's going on, is me working like a crazy person and then us working in my house, getting it ready to sell. Like I told you, I think the last time, I do have a buyer, and they're very anxious to get in as soon as possible. I'm doing my best to be able to help make that happen, but I keep trying to explain to her, I have this work schedule that I planned around a certain time frame for selling my house, and I just can't fast forward that, It's not like I can farm my work out to somebody else to do, or take a week's vacation and come back and find that somebody else has dyed all the yarn. I don't have gnomes or fairies or elves that come in and do that. So I think she's trying to be understanding, but I don't think she completely gets it either. I don't know. I'm doing the best I can. That's all I can say. So that brings us to shop news, and I do have a few important things I want to let you know about in shop news. First and foremost are the shows that are coming up. So tomorrow, which is March 18th, I am vending at the Homespun Yarn Party in Savage, Maryland. I'm really excited about this show. It's the first time I've vended at that particular show. I realized last week, though, that was actually the first yarn show I ever went to once I became like a really hardcore knitter about 11 years ago. That was the first show I got to go to. So that's exciting to kind of have this full circle experience and get to go back and be a vendor now. So that is from noon to 5 tomorrow, and it's at Savage Mill. The coordinators of the show are encouraging people to try to come throughout the afternoon rather than feeling like you have to be there right at noon to get all the good stuff. They've encouraged the vendors to space out how we put out our more popular items, so that people won't feel like they've missed all the good stuff if they didn't get there right at noon. Because I know in the past when I've been there, like, the line is crazy down the hallway waiting to get in right at noon. And then, the vendors are all flooded and it's crowded right off the bat. So they really would like to see people kind of come spaced out throughout the day. I mean, space out your arrival, not being spaced out. You know what I mean? Although, I'm not going to judge you if you come spaced out. What else did I want to say? My take, okay, here is how I generally deal with my inventory for shows. My personal philosophy is I want to dye as much of a variety of colorways as I possibly can when I go to shows. So I usually take lots and lots and lots of different colorways. I don't usually have a huge quantity of any one colorway, but as things become depleted on my display, I replace them with other things. So you're never going to come to my booth, hopefully. I mean, I guess if it was a really, really good show and absolutely everything sold out, you could possibly come in the last half hour and not find much there. I've not had that experience yet. But you know what I mean. I do make a really good effort to make sure that there's always something enticing in my booth, regardless of when you come, whether you're the first person in the door or the last person in the door. So that's all I have to say about that. I am bringing a whole lot of my newer colorways. I've got some expanded rainbow. I've got some Don't Tell Him It's a Rainbow. I've got some of the game colorways. I do have a few skeins of my anniversary colorway. Not many, but a few, because I had a couple of accidents with a couple sets of that yarn. I'm not even going to go there. So it's not as much as I was going to bring, but it's what I can bring. So that'll be there. I always try to have some of the ones that I know are best sellers. I've got fiber, I've got gradients, I've got inversibles, sock blanks. I did some hand-painted sock blanks for the show. What else? I've got kits. I'll have Karamia kits. Karamia was that beautiful color work cowl that Sarah Jordan designed last year, and we released together. I did the kits for that, so that's the first time I'll have had those kits. I do have Xenolith kits for the show. Just lots and lots of stuff. And all of these things that I'm saying are also things that will be at my show next weekend, which let's jump to that. Next Saturday, which is the 21st of March, I will be vending at Indie Knit and Spin here in Pittsburgh. And that's a show I love. You've heard me talk about it for years. We are in a new location this time. We will be at the Ace Hotel in the East Liberty neighborhood of Pittsburgh. So it's much more accessible. Everybody will be all in one big room, which will be nice. And it's from 10 to 5. The hours are a little more expanded this time too. So that is next week, and I hope I'll see you at either that one or the one tomorrow, depending on where you live. Yeah, I'm super excited. I've never done 2 shows in this close of a time frame before, so I'm not really nervous at this point because I feel like I've done all my prep for both shows already. Like, this is pretty much it. I'm sure I'll do a little bit more dyeing next week, but for the most part, I feel like I'm ready. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, that's everything having to do with the shows. And even though I'm probably not going to be able to put show notes up, I will put in the information about the shows in the Ravelry group and in the drop-down menu on YouTube, just so that you have that information. In case you're interested in coming to one of those shows, you'll know where they're at and when they're happening. Otherwise, let's see, the pre-orders for the anniversary color 7th Year Stitch, those are still open. They'll be open through the end of March. Thank you so much if you've already pre-ordered. I think I've got close to 70 pre-orders for that colorway already, so that's an overwhelming response. I'm so thankful for that. I'll be getting those dyed up and out to you, as I said, on a rolling basis just as soon as I possibly can. What else? Let's see. I do not have a shop update, an official shop update scheduled at this point. As I said before, like in a past episode, I really hope to do some like little mini updates in between doing all these shows this spring. But honestly, right now, with this ramped up schedule for trying to get my house ready to sell thrown into the mix, that's just not been possible. And I know myself well enough to know if I try to take on too much in a short period of time, basically what's going to happen is things are going to get messed up, and then I just get frustrated, and that's not good for any of us. So I apologize that I don't have an official update to tell you about yet. There are still a lot of things in the shop, though. I did mark a lot of things down, so they're in the on sale section. And right now, through this weekend, any colorway that has any green in it has been marked down special. You don't need a coupon code, but it's they're all at least 10% off, if not a little bit more. So you could head over there and click on the green category, and you'll see what's left in there from that. Yeah, but otherwise, I'm always open to special order requests. So there's the link in the shop page for special order requests. You fill out a form and then I'll get back to you, and I will be happy to accommodate special orders for you. Other than that, the only other thing I want to tell you about is the conversion rewards program that is going on all through this year. I had promised that I would give you opportunities for bonus grams throughout the year, and I have not yet done that, so I'm going to do that now. And here's how that will work. There is a finished object thread for the conversion rewards program in the Fiber Nymph Dye Work group, and that is only for your finished objects. So I've been encouraging everybody to start a post in there, and then you're putting all of your finished objects with keeping a running tally of your grams all year. Same post. You can put a post up and just have it like be your placeholder post. It doesn't have to have a finished object in it. It just has to be where you're claiming your spot. So if you already have a post in the finished object thread, you're already entered in the drawing for these bonus grams that I'm going to be offering. If you don't have a post in there yet, but you're planning to participate throughout the rest of the year, feel free to put your placeholder post in there. And as long as you have a post in that finished object thread, by the end of March, you will be entered in the drawing for some bonus grams. So at the end of March, like my first recording in April, I will announce 5 winners that I will draw with random number generator from that thread, who will earn 25 bonus grams. That will be the prize for that drawing. If you do happen to have at least one qualifying finished object in your post, it will double your bonus grams. You will get 50 bonus grams, which I think is pretty good because your goal is to reach 500 grams in order to earn your first free skein or free braid. So 50 bonus grams is like getting you a tenth of the way there. So anyway, that will be announced next recording whenever I get to do that. Well, not next recording. Well, probably next recording. I don't know. Whenever I do my first recording in the month of April, I will announce the winners of those 5 winners of the bonus grams. I guess that's everything. If you have any questions about anything I've talked about, please just post them in the episode thread or email me at fibernymph@gmail.com. Rav message me if you want to. Unless it's something about a yarn order, please don't Rav message me. Please contact me directly through email or using the special order request form. Otherwise, I will see you at some point in the future. I can't even promise when I'll get to record next, but I'll do it at my first possible opportunity. Between now and then, though, I hope I get to see you at one of my shows either tomorrow or next Saturday. Please come by the booth and say hello. I love getting to see you guys and meeting you guys at shows. It's so much fun. I just love getting to meet people in person. So anyway, that's all I've got for you. I'm going to cross my fingers and hope that this recording or little series of mini recordings actually works and doesn't take all day to upload and put together. Because I'm at my wit's end over this, honestly. But fingers crossed, it'll all work out. That's everything. Have a lovely weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye.